Hi, I'm Scott. Today I'm going to give you a quick and easy solution to the biggest problem facing motorcyclists today: how to work your touchscreen device when you're wearing gloves. Coming up next on GoldwingDocs. Touchscreen devices have found their way into just about everywhere. Of course, you're used to it on your phone, but they've been around. GPSs have had touchscreens for years. However, the early touchscreens used resistive touchscreen technology, which basically means there's two flat pieces of plastic, conductive plastic, that fit together. And when you push between the two pieces of plastic touch, make a connection, and that's how the device knows that you're actually pressing on the screen. Because of that, you could press it with anything. You could push a pencil on there, you can use your finger, and if you're wearing a glove, you can push on it and it works just fine. And for that reason, most motorcycle GPS units, those $800 Garmin units, still use resistive touchscreens. However, the rest of the world has moved on, and cell phone technology has brought the capacitive touchscreen into the forefront, and it's used just about everywhere. Now, on my motorcycle, I actually use a cell phone for my navigation, music, everything. So it's replaced pretty much all my other units. My satellite radio is gone, my GPS unit's gone, it's all just a cell phone. But it's got a capacitive touchscreen. Now, capacitive touchscreens work differently. Capacitive touchscreens work on electrical potential. Your body has electrical potential. You basically have a charge in your body, and when you get your finger close, the capacitive touchscreen detects that charge and identifies it as your finger touching the screen. In fact, some phones can actually even detect when your finger is near the screen. Well, that's fantastic, but you need an electrical connection between your finger and the screen. When you have a glove in between your finger and the screen that doesn't conduct, it doesn't work. Traditionally, the solution to this was conductive thread. This is a bobbin here of conductive thread, and it's regular thread, but it's got carbon fibers woven into it so that it's conductive. And what you would do is you would then take this thread and you'd thread a bunch of stitches in the finger of your glove, and that will connect the skin of your finger to the outside of the glove and then to the touchscreen. So by doing that, you actually now, on whatever finger you put the thread on, you can now operate a touchscreen. For years, that's how I did it. But one of our fantastic GoldwingDocs forum members came up with a simpler and easier idea that's so quick and easy and cheap, I'm really kind of ashamed I didn't think of it myself. But I'm gonna give it to you now. The answer is graphite lubricant. This horrible old aerosol can, I have had this for almost 20 years. I still have some in it, still work great. Graphite is highly conductive solid. If you've ever used a pencil, you know what graphite is. Most people say it's a pencil lead, but it's not lead. It hasn't been lead in years because people suck on the lead and they get lead poisoning. So pencils are actually made of compressed powdered graphite. Graphite is a fantastic dry lubricant. If you ever noticed, if you take a pencil and scribble on a piece of paper until it's dark with pencil marks, rub your finger over it and see how slippery it is. Graphite's a fantastic lubricant. Dry graphite comes in a can like this with a volatile carrier. So when you spray it on, the carrier quickly evaporates and leaves behind just the graphite, the dry graphite, which lubricates amazingly well. I also use this on cables, throttle cables, brake cables. When you use wet lubricants on cables, especially oil-based lubricants, when it gets cold, your brake and throttle cables can get stiff. So instead, I use graphite lubricant. I spray this down, the carrier evaporates. What's left is dry lubricant. Cables are silky smooth. So if you don't have some of this for your bike already, you should probably get some. And graphite is highly conductive. So all we have to do, and before we start, this stuff is like black spray paint. Don't get it on anything you don't want to turn black. So all we have to do is take the graphite, spray a little bit on the finger of the glove, saturate it through, give it a few minutes to dry. If you get this on your skin, you're gonna be living with it for a while because, like I said, it's spray paint. It's not coming off.
A few moments later.
All right, I've let about 5 minutes go by. This was completely saturated. Now you do wanna make sure this is saturated. You wanna get it through to both sides because you need that graphite in there to connect your finger on one side and the screen on the other. But now it's completely dry. So I'm gonna put this on. And as you can see, I can now operate the screen with the finger of this glove. I'll leave a link to where you can buy the graphite lubricant down in the description below. If you have any questions or comments about this, go ahead, leave a comment down below. If you like what you saw, click like. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit subscribe, press that bell down below. It really helps us out. And make sure you won't miss another one of these fantastic and educational videos. Thanks for watching.